Say one thing, Trump.
Makes me so fucking angry. That we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump.
Robert De Niro just unleashed one of the most savage takedowns on Trump yet. No careful wording, no holding back, just pure, unfiltered truth. He ripped into Trump's lies, corruption, and ego with the kind of brutal honesty only De Niro can deliver. And Trump, predictably, he lost it, ranting, raging, and throwing his usual tantrum. You could practically hear the meltdown from Mar-a-Lago.
The sooner he's out of office, the better for all of us. He's an idiot. He's just done something unspeakable.
We've all got friends and relatives in the U.S. and vice versa. Does this make any sense to you?
This wasn't just another Hollywood moment. It was a full-blown earthquake that sent shockwaves through social media and left Trump's supporters in absolute chaos. The words, unfiltered. The impact, immediate. And the best part, De Niro didn't just throw punches. He landed direct hits that left a mark. Stick around because we're breaking it all down. The moment, the backlash, and why everyone is still talking about it. But before we jump in, do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. De Niro takes the stage, standing firm, eyes blazing with intensity. The crowd expects the usual, a scripted Hollywood speech, maybe a plug for his latest project. But within moments, it's obvious. This isn't just another speech. This is a statement.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you?
Excuse my French.
With an icy, unwavering tone, De Niro lets loose words that slice through the air like a blade. He's a con artist, a fraud, a disaster. I'd like to punch him in the face. The room tenses. A few nervous chuckles break the silence, followed by gasps, then an eruption of cheers from those who've been waiting for someone, anyone, to say it with this kind of raw honesty. It's not just the words, it's the force behind them. Every sentence lands heavy, dripping with frustration and a personal fire that can't be faked. This isn't a rehearsed PR stunt. This is pure, unfiltered rage. Some in the audience freeze. Eyes wide, phones raised, capturing the moment they know will go viral in seconds. Outside, Trump's supporters are already losing it, their fury spilling across social media. The outrage is inevitable. The backlash is guaranteed. And as De Niro steps away from the mic, the only question left is, how will Trump strike back?
Guy should not be president, period. We are at a moment in our life, in this country, where this guy is like a gangster. He's come along and he's said things, done things we say over and over again. This is terrible. We're in a terrible situation. We're in a terrible situation. And this guy just keeps going on and on and on. The day after he was elected, I said, well, give him a chance. You never know, you'll see. But he's worse than I ever could have imagined.
A lot of criticism of you. Okay, well, you know, this is cable.
Sorry.
Trump didn't just hear it, he felt it. And there was no way he'd let it slide. The second De Niro's words hit the internet, Trump was already in reaction mode, probably fuming in his golden penthouse, phone in hand, typing out one of his classic rants. And his big comeback? Low IQ Bobby. That's all he had. No real defense, no counterpoints. Just another weak nickname that sounds like it was pulled straight from an old school playground insult book. But here's where it gets even funnier. Instead of shutting down the moment, Trump's furious response only made it bigger. The media ran with it, social media exploded, and suddenly, De Niro's speech was everywhere. The more Trump raged, the more attention it got. His supporters scrambled to defend him, calling De Niro a washed-up Hollywood star, but it didn't matter. The damage was already done. De Niro didn't just throw an insult, he said out loud what millions of people had been thinking for years. And online? Oh, it was chaos. Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. Every platform was flooded with reactions. MAGA fans went into full meltdown mode, calling for a boycott of De Niro's movies, as if that would somehow erase decades of legendary performances. "I'll never watch another De Niro film again," they shouted right before rewatching Goodfellas for the 10th time.
It makes me so fucking angry. That we're here talking about a piece of shit like Donald Trump. Hi, Philly, how are you?
Meanwhile, Trump's critics were thriving. Social media became a meme goldmine with side-by-side shots of Trump's signature orange scowl next to De Niro's legendary mobster glare. One tweet went viral. Robert De Niro just did what Congress couldn't, roasted Trump into oblivion. Another joked, De Niro took him down in one speech. Imagine the damage he could do with a full HBO special. And the best part? Trump's attempt to hit back only made it so much worse. His rant turned into meme material almost instantly. One post read, Trump calling De Niro low IQ Bobby while misspelling ridiculous. You can't make this stuff up. It was brutal. This wasn't just another Twitter moment either. Late night hosts tore into it, news networks played the clip on loop, and even people who don't follow politics suddenly had an opinion. What could have been just another celebrity jab had transformed into a full-on cultural moment. At this point, the internet had spoken, and Trump was losing. But the real question, was he done raging, or was round two about to begin?
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
You have compared the Trump family to a gangster family, which is something coming from you. What do you mean?
They are. Well, because he thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him. Because there's honor among thieves. There's honor in anything. If you don't keep your word and do the right thing with people, no matter what profession you're in, you are going to get ostracized. And in that world, it's a little harder.
This wasn't just another celebrity taking a shot at Trump. It felt different, and here's why. First, Robert De Niro isn't some random Hollywood star trying to jump into politics for attention. He's a born and bred New Yorker. De Niro knows Trump's game because he's seen it firsthand for decades. The shady deals, the self-promotion, the scams. This isn't news to him. He's watched Trump fool people for years, and now, with a microphone in hand, he's calling it out in a way that only a true New Yorker can. Second, when a Hollywood legend speaks, people listen. This isn't just a tweet from a comedian or a late-night host cracking jokes. This is Robert De Niro, the guy who's played gangsters, tough guys, and fearless leaders. He's standing there, speaking with the same intensity that made him a household name. His words carry weight because he doesn't just act strong, he is strong. And finally, De Niro isn't scared. Trump has a history of going after critics, using insults, lawsuits, and online mobs to intimidate people into silence. But De Niro, he doesn't back down. He's not worried about angry MAGA fans or Trump's weak Twitter comebacks. He says what he thinks, and he says it with zero fear.
You think he pretends to be dumber than he is to confuse people to make them think? No, you think he's
I don't think so.
Why you would guess that there's a big group of people in this country who believe that he cares about them?
I am totally dumbfounded, baffled by that. I can't understand it. And it's a thing that we've seen over decades and decades. And he is a malignant narcissist. He's a sociopsychopath. He's created some new language as far as describing somebody in his mental condition. It's so frightening and scary, and he's dangerous. We got to get rid of him.
Do you ever?
This wasn't just another celebrity jab. It was a moment that rattled the system. And the truth? Trump couldn't do anything about it. So, What's next? Well, we all know Trump doesn't let things go easily. He's built a reputation for holding grudges, so expect him to retaliate. Maybe we'll hear him at a rally, going off on De Niro, calling him a has-been actor and fumbling through his usual insults. MAGA supporters are already screaming about a boycott, demanding Goodfellas be erased from history, as if they have the power to control Hollywood now. But here's the reality. De Niro isn't losing any sleep over this. Neither are his fans. And even if Trump tries to move on, it won't be easy. With the mounting legal troubles he's facing, every public meltdown only makes De Niro's words ring truer.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking down at the Spring Studios, something about, I said, what just happened, just happened. No, it didn't. It didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place.
One thing's for sure, this isn't over. Not for Trump, not for his supporters, and definitely not for the internet. Robert De Niro just gave a lesson in how to take down a bully, and it's one for the books. He didn't hold back, didn't soften the blow, and most importantly, he didn't flinch. He called out Trump, spoke the truth, and kept his cool the entire time. No fear, no hesitation, just pure facts delivered with power and precision. And what did Trump do? Exactly what we all knew he would. He threw a tantrum, shot back with weak insults, and made sure the internet stayed buzzing. But this fight, it's far from over. Trump doesn't let things slide, and neither does De Niro. We'll see how this plays out. If you like this breakdown, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. You can catch more of our videos right here.